No sound from your Audi speakers? Before you let the dealer replace half of your car, let's look at the real causes we find every week and why most of them can actually be repaired instead of replaced. You get in the car and start it up. Hit play your favorite tune, but you get nothing. No music, no sound at all, just silence. You restart it, check the volume, maybe even reboot the screen. Still nothing. That's the moment every owner dreads. But here's the thing, this isn't random. It's one of the most common faults across Volkswagen Group cars, which is Volkswagen, Audi, Seat and Skoda. And almost every time, the cause falls into just a few predictable categories. Let's go through the main ones and find out how to tell which one's behind your silence system. Coming up, the number one cause of the silent sound systems in Audis and other Volkswagen Group cars, and the simple test you can do at home to spot it, why dealership almost always quote the full replacements, and how a proper diagnosis can save you thousands. Let's start with the big one, water leaks. Modern cars hide a lot of electronics in places you wouldn't expect, like in Audis under the seats or behind boot panels, exactly where water loves to collect. Blocked sunroof drains or clogged channels are the most common triggers. Leaves and debris block the drainage tubes, water overflows, and eventually the carpet and the amplifier underneath gets soaked. We see this constantly in Audis like Q3 models or TT, or on the larger cars like the Volkswagen Touaregs or Audi Q7s, A4, A5, A6 as well. The amplifier sits behind the boot panels on the side. Water often gets into those areas if the drains are blocked or if the washer hose for the rear wiper cracks and leaks, allowing moisture to reach the electronics bay. So if your car has gone silent, do one thing first. Feel the carpet under the seats and check the boot lining. If it's damp or smells musty, that's your clue. Even if it feels dry now, looks closely. You might still see dried watermarks or staining on the carpet or side panels, which is a clear sign that water has been there recently. Fix the leak first, because if you just repair or replace the amplifier without finding the source, the same fault will come back. Once the leak's been sorted and everything's dry, that's the time to check the amplifier itself. Sometimes moisture only blows a fuse, other times it causes internal damage to the board, and this is where a proper diagnostics or board level repair can save you a lot of money. Dealers will usually quote for a full replacement, but a specialist repairer can often bring your original AM back to life for a fraction of the cost. So if you've checked your car and if everything is dry, the next likely cause is an internal electronic fault. And that applies whether your car has a separate amplifier or not. In many Audis, for example, those without the premier sound system have their speakers powered by the main control unit called the 5F. Over time, these modules face heat, cold, moisture, and constant vibration, conditions that are far harsher than what home electronics ever deal with. A TV or stereo, for example, at your home just sits in one place at stable temperature, but electronics in your car are constantly being shaken, heated, cooled, and exposed to humidity. It's no surprise that over time that stress can cause electronic failures. We often see this after a jump start or a flat battery. Sound disappears right after the car has been boosted. That's because the power surge can blow the internal amplifier chips, and we see this a lot on Volkswagen Golf 7, Audi A3s, and also Skoda Octavias. These faults, whether from the damaged amplifier chips or cracked solder joints, can usually be replaced at the board level, and an experienced infotainment specialist should be able to carry out that repair without the need for a new 5F unit or a full replacement amplifier, which can cost thousands of pounds. Many modern Volkswagen Group cars have something called component protection, and it's a built-in security feature that locks key modules like radios and amplifiers to the car they were coded to from the factory. If someone fits a used or unverified module, the car detects it and disables sound output. Sometimes you'll see component protection active message on the main screen in the car, other times just silence. We once had a customer bring in a used amp they've bought online. Looked fine, worked at first, but the serial number later turned out to be flagged as stolen. That one job caused our online account with Volkswagen Group to be suspended for almost a year, and there was even a police investigation involved. All because we wanted to help a customer with a part they've bought themselves online. Since then, we stopped fitting customer-supplied parts altogether. It's not worth the risk, not for us, not for the customer. Used modules can look like a bargain, but they're often old, unstable, or locked. A proper board-level repair on your original unit is always safer, traceable, and backed by warranty. Don't overlook the simple things. If one speaker or wire shorts out, the amplifier can shut down all channels to protect itself. We see this all the time: a single corroded connector, a damaged door loom, or a blown speaker coil. You can do a quick check at home. Go into your sound settings in the car and use balance and fader to isolate each speaker. If one side still plays, that tells you the amp is working and the problem is in the wiring or speakers most likely. These repairs are often cheap and fast once diagnosed. No need for new electronics at all. Sometimes the problem isn't hardware at all. It's just the infotainment system freezing or crashing. Start with a soft reset. On most cars, you can do this by pressing and holding the power or volume button for about 10-15 seconds until the system reboots. That exact method can vary between models, so it's always worth checking your owner's manual. But it's similar to like resetting your smartphone. You're pressing some buttons together in order the screen goes off, and then it restarts with the logo of the phone. If the sound still doesn't return, it's time to plug in proper diagnostics. You can use tools like official Audis, which is the Volkswagen online diagnostic tool, or the offline tool called DCDS. They should show if the modules have any communication with them or if there are any coding issues. So why proper diagnostics matter? When a sound system stops working, a proper diagnostics process is absolutely crucial. It's what separates a quick part swap from a real fix. If the fault is diagnosed correctly, it's possible to get it to the core of the problem, whether that's the software or firmware issue or a faulty electronic component, instead of guesswork and a full system replacement. Too often, full units are replaced simply because a quick scan showed no communication, but in many cases, that actual issue can be repaired on the existing board. Doing it properly doesn't just save the customer thousands of pounds, it also reduces electronic waste and is far more environmentally friendly than constantly fitting new modules. That's why proper diagnostics aren't just about finding faults, they are about fixing them in the smartest, most sustainable way. Main dealers don't repair, they replace. It's not a bad practice, it's just how the manufacturer's system works. Technicians are trained to confirm if module responds. If it doesn't, they order a new one, code it and fit it. Efficient? Yes, but also expensive. We've had countless customers quoted thousands for a new unit when the original one could be repaired for a fraction of that. So what quick checks you can do yourself? Before booking into our workshop, check for damp carpets or boot lining, inspect the fuses, try the balance fader isolation I've mentioned earlier, and look for component protection message on the screen if it appears. You can also try the soft reboot, and if nothing changes, note what you found. That info helps a specialist diagnose much faster. When your car's infotainment system goes silent, the most common causes are water ingress, internal amp or head unit faults, component protection errors, shorted speakers or broken wiring, software glitches, or power resets. And here's the key: most of these are repairable, so don't accept a costly full replacement quote without a proper diagnosis first. And here's another thing worth knowing. In some cases, when the amplifier fails, it doesn't just take out the sound, it can actually shut down the entire system in the car, leaving you with a completely black screen. So if you've lost sound and your infotainment display is black and won't power up at all, watch this next video. It explains the most common reasons the screen goes dark and what you can actually do to bring it back to life. Click on the screen Do watch that next.